2020. I cannot believe we are at the beginning of a new year. How amazing is that? So I thought it would be lovely to do a good roundup of the best books that changed 2019 for me. So I read a lot. I probably go through, on average, about a book a week. And so I had a quick scan of all the books that I read throughout 2019, and I read some pretty amazing books. But there's 5 that really stood out, that really changed the way that I operate, the way that I live my life, the way that I manage myself, my money, my business. And so I wanted to share them with you today, because if you've not read them, you need to read them. So bearing in mind, these are just the books that I've read in 2019 that I'd recommend. I would recommend hundreds of other books, but these are the 5 that I wanted to bring to you today. So as always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer, and breakthrough coach trainer. We are currently open for free breakthrough sessions. So if you'd like to hop on a call and let us help you plan out your 2020 for growth, go ahead and book a session via the link above. So let's jump in then. So I use Kindle a lot because I read so many books. I use Kindle. So there is one book that I've got in paper, which I can wave that at you. And for those of you who are on the podcast, won't be able to see anyway. So I'm going to read them off my phone. So the first one then that I read in 2019 that I would highly recommend is Chillpreneur. So Chillpreneur is a book by Denise Duffield Thomas, and within the book she talks about how she built her multi-million-pound company and how she's been consistent and kept it really simple. Now, the great thing about Chillpreneur, and I read it twice throughout 2019, I'll definitely read it again, is that it keeps everything really simple. It simplifies business, and it's all about just how to keep your business really simple, but also be really scalable and profitable. So that is an amazing book, Chillpreneur by Denise Duffield Thomas. I think the biggest takeaway for me, and the reason why I read it again and the reason why I'll read it again, is because I love to do lots of things, and I'm massively creative, and I get shiny object syndrome. And basically when I want to do something, I want to just do it straight away. I don't want to wait. Although that is one of my traits that I'm learning to curb. And there is some ways that it can benefit, but then there are other ways that I can't. And what I do is when I find myself in my business kind of applying that trait, I come back to Chillpreneur, because I remember the way that she teaches you how to grow your business and run your business is really simple, but also makes it really profitable. So I highly recommend that one. That's Chillpreneur by Denise Duffield Thomas. The second one that I read that is really great. Now, I didn't necessarily learn anything new in this book. However, the way that it's delivered and the way that it's written is that it's really actionable, and it makes you take action. So it's Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subi. This is a fantastic book, and basically it's Sell Like Crazy, how to get as many clients, customers and sales as you can possibly handle. So one of the things that we did in our business throughout 2019 was we took a lot of it online and stopped doing, towards the back end we just started doing more in-person training. However, a lot of it was online focused, and I started not really realizing it, but I was relying on online sales, and I kind of forgot to take my own advice about having proper conversations with people and building proper relationships. And the great thing about this book, Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subi, was it really reminded me that I love speaking to people, I love being around people, I love speaking to people on the phone, I love connecting with people, and I love building relationships. And Sell Like Crazy is a really great step-by-step actionable book that helps you put together a really easy, simple sales funnel, but also that allows you to then build connections and build relationships as well with potential clients. So that's amazing. The third one, let me find it, is Energetic Selling and Marketing. Now, this is by Lenka Lutonska. Now, Lenka is incredible. I don't know if you can really see that because of the light, but for those of you who are on the podcast, you won't be seeing anything anyway. But basically, Lenka Lutonska, her book is called Energetic Selling and Marketing. So it is fantastic. It really is, and it's less about it's less about strategy and more about mindset and energy and how you perceive yourself and how you think about sales and how you think about building sales. And I've actually got something written in front of me in my office from her book, and she talks a lot about how to, especially if you're in a launch, when you launch new business, the kind of mindset that you need to be in and the action steps that you can take every day to make sure that you're in the right mindset. And so I would highly recommend Lenka's book. When I first read Lenka's book, it was like April, I think, March, April time in 2019. And after reading Lenka's book, I had my first 10K month. So, and it felt like I'd been working towards it for ages. So I would highly recommend Lenka's book. It's incredible, and Lenka's absolutely amazing as well. The fourth one then is Profit First. So Profit First is by Mike Michalowski. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but basically it's called Mike and it's called Profit First. This was a game changer for me, and it really made me open my eyes to when we talk a lot about money mindset. So I always thought I had a money mindset issue, but when I implemented what I learned in Profit First and in the next book that I'm going to tell you about, I realized that I didn't have a money mindset issue. I just wasn't managing my money properly. And whether you class that as a money mindset issue or not, I realized that it was more of a strategic and management thing. And you probably hear me say it now, like a lot of people come to me and say, I've got money mindset issues. And really what they've got is they've got either they're not managing the money properly or they don't have a proper sales plan implemented into the business. They might have money mindset issues, but because I had got to the point where I was like, I'm working on my money mindset all the time. What else can I do? And then I read Profit First and the next book that I'm going to tell you about, and I realized that it was more of a management thing. So when I implemented what I learned in Profit First, I had, when I got my tax bills, I had the money sat there waiting for it because I implemented the Profit First method, and I would highly, highly recommend you read the book and implement it. I talk a little bit about it in my Passion and Purpose business program now, about how to manage your money. I don't go into accounting, but I talk about how to manage your money to make sure that you saving your profit, you've got your tax money there, you've got the money there when you need it. One of the other things as well is I've always paid myself first. Like since I first started my business, I've always paid myself first, and I always thought that was like that was good money management. But when I read Profit First, it like took it to the next level. So Profit First is a great book to implement where you just really learn how to manage your money properly in your business. I have also applied it to my personal life as well. And it was fantastic when it came to Christmas because I knew that we had the Christmas money sat there in an account just waiting to buy Christmas presents with. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't manage your money properly, it doesn't make a difference, because if you've got a little amount of money or you've got a lot of money, if you're not managing it properly, you're still going to not have any money, or it's going to be going in the wrong places. That quote, what is it? Energy flows where focus goes. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. So if you manage your money properly and you're consistent with that, then you'll generate more money because you're looking after it properly. So anyway, the next book I do have a copy of in paperback is The Wealth Chef, and this is another one about money management. Money management. And Anne Wilson is incredible. She's such a lovely lady. I think she's from South Africa. And I'm going to be really honest, I have no idea where this book came from. I cannot recall when I bought it or where I bought it. It was just on my bookshelf. And it's a really funny story because at the beginning of the year, my little girls kept taking the books off the bookshelves and bringing them into the living room because my bookshelf's on the stair, in the step, at the bottom of the stairs. And my little girl, who's only one, she kept bringing this book to me and just handing it to me. And I just kept not even looking at the book, just putting it to the side, And after about 2 weeks, I thought, hang on a minute, I didn't know what the book was, but I knew it was the same book that she was giving me. So I looked at the book and I thought, maybe I should read this. So I read it, and The Wealth Chef is incredible. I was recently featured in, was it The Independent or the times, about how I invest my money, and basically I learned all of that in the Wealth Chef. So within the Wealth Chef, it was kind of a little bit of profit first in there, but I'd already implemented that. In the Wealth Chef, I learned how to manage my money even further, but also how to invest my money into stocks and shares, and how to multiply it by not making more money. So it was the first money book that I'd read that teaches you how to make more money without having to make more money, right? It teaches you how to make what you've already got multiply. Yeah. So the Profit First book was about how to manage what money you have. The Wealth Chef was about how to maximize the money that you've got to make more money, right? It's incredible. I highly recommend that you read it. So they are the 5 books that I read in 2019 that completely changed the year for me. So the first one was Chillpreneur by Denise Duffield Thomas. The second one was Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subri. The third one was Energetic Selling and Marketing by Olenka Lutomska. The fourth one was Profit First by Mike. And the fifth one was The Wealth Chef by Anne Wilson. I've read so many books that are absolutely incredible, but they're probably the 5 that completely changed the game for me. Just a few books that I think need a shout out because they are also good, but I've not mentioned. One that I did read was, where is it? Marie Forleo, Everything is Figureoutable. That's an amazing book. She's incredible. Gabrielle Bernstein, Super Attractor. That was also a brilliant book. Life Leverage by Rob Moore. That was incredible. And I think they were the real ones. I'm just having a look through my Kindle. As Always, The Universe Has Got Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein is a great one. But I think overall, they were really the ones that made the change. Obviously, our book, Fearless Females, because we launched and I supported 11 other women to become best-selling authors in 2019. So that was incredible. And my book, Step Into Your Personal Potential, was released in paperback in 2019. So obviously them books made a difference in 2019 for me. But look, I like to keep these sessions short, actionable and sweet. They were the books that changed 2019 for me. I'm really excited to see what else comes in 2020. If you've got any questions or you need anything at all, you know exactly where to find me. As always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer and coach trainer. There's a link in the description above to book your free breakthrough call. So if you want a hand setting up 2020 and planning out success, give us a shout. They're completely free and we've got 30 minutes that we're allocating to each and every one of you. Have an amazing day and I'll catch up with you at the same time next week.